We are speaking today with Dr. Ivan Torres, President of Alpha Counseling and Training Group in Reading. Dr. Torres, thank you for the time today.
Surely.
You have an interesting background, and I wanted to ask you a little bit about how it is. You're an academic by trade, doctor of education?
Yes.
How did you end up running this counseling business?
Well, my general route has been that I had, since I was a little kid, I was really interested in people. I asked a lot of questions. Oftentimes they felt uncomfortable about people answering questions, and so they were either dismissive of me or just sometimes occasionally would even tell me to not ask more questions. Somehow I went undeterred and I kept asking questions, and that has never been a problem for me. So as time went by, when I migrated to the U.S. due to poverty and insufficient possibilities for me to grow, I came to the U.S. and had my normal migrant immigration issues of getting a new job and trying to fit into the society. So I ended up majoring in college in education and psychology. I was modestly successful. I was very appreciated by a lot of the clients that I served. And because of that, I managed to be able to develop some capital, which I have been able to do several things with that, mostly trying to assist other people as well. But the initial gust of interest came as a child. I have always been interested in why do people do things, and ask those questions pertinent to that.
How long ago did you start this business?
It has been about 35 years, and I have been here a little longer than that in Berks County.
And what's your sense of where this community is in terms of how to what degree it embraces or does not embrace the Latino population here?
One of the difficulties that we have is in trying to be realistic about the blend of many cultures. Most cultures tend to have a bit of resistance to other cultures. That's not normal. That's not specifically to this area. Perhaps here is a little more because it's more of an agricultural society. Berks County, as well as Pennsylvania, is pretty close to being a center of high production of food and the food industry. And that requires country people to be the primary influence on the life of humans in our community. So that country setting is not often interacting with a lot of other cultures. Separately than a cosmopolitan area, big cities, where of course there have been a number of other people, and because of commerce being the primary mode as opposed to agriculture, they tend to have more interactive opportunities with other people.
Right.
So I think it's in general just it happens to be a country setting with folks who work the land or associated with that, and it's small towns, and those are the two main areas.
So are things getting better today, would you say?
I believe they are, and I believe there are fundamentally for different trends. One issue has to do with the fact that we now are aware by every media, from the newspaper to the radio to television and of course the internet, that we're in a global society. So gradually over a period of time, I think Berks Countyans and other folks are a little more accepting of diversity of groups of people. Obviously the Latino group is the largest group in our community, and so they're having to deal with that. I'm not going to say that it is in fact the most welcome of experiences for many of them, but in general I think the average Berks Countian is very comfortable, even if they don't necessarily understand all the nuances of the Latino group.
You've been involved with the Latino Chamber. How well has that organization functioned to provide support and services for the emerging Hispanic entrepreneurs in Berks County?
During the initial phases of the Latino Chamber, we had a limited number of people participating, partly because we ourselves were not organized well enough to be able to offer significant services. Last few years, we have broken record, and we have new and large membership. And now we have the challenge of trying to deliver more services to our constituency. One of the difficulties that we have always had is obviously the economics that we just went by. And so for that reason, our focus is primarily on training and education, and we're really trying to cross-deliver that, not only to do some of the business and finance orientation and insurance and other related matters for entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, but also to try to share some of the experiences and some of the benefits for the majority companies to engage with the Latino businesses or with the Latino customers. As you know, there's significant growth, not only locally but nationally, for the Latino market, which is expected to continue to increase at a faster pace than any other group. So for that reason, I think that we're going to continue to be challenged in delivering more services, not that we have a significantly larger membership in the chamber.
We'll let that be the last word today, Dr. Torres. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much for your presence here as well.